Let me ask you this. If the IRS told you, hey, since you are turning 65, we will knock $6,000 off your taxes every year, would you say no? Of course not, right? And if you and your spouse both qualify, that's $12,000 altogether. So this is a brand new, starting in 2025 under the Big Beautiful Tax Bill. So it's a limited time deal. So only around for about a few years, and if you are anywhere near retirement age, you don't want to miss this. So here, what's going on? So the Big Beautiful Tax Act added a special deduction just for seniors. It's simple. It's $6,000 for everyone 65 or older. So $12,000 together for qualifying couples, and that is on top of the standard deduction that and the usual age bump that you already get. Sounds straightforward, right? But the real magic is how you can plan around it. That's where a lot of folks will either save $1,000 or leave money on the table. So first, let's talk about who qualifies. Some ground rules here. So you need to be 65 or older by December 31st. Married couples have to file jointly to get the full $12,000. You can't grab it if you file separate returns. You also need a valid Social Security number, and there are income limits. So at $75,000 income for singles or $150,000 for a joint filer, the deduction starts to phase down. So by $175,000 single or $250,000 joint, it disappears completely. So if you are in that middle range, Social Security, you have Social Security pension and some withdrawals, you are right in the sweet spot that who this was built for. Let's talk some example. Let's take a married couple. Let's say both are 65 and income is $60,000. So the regular standard deduction is already at $31,500. With the age add-on, that's about $3,200. And then the senior deduction at $12,000. So the total deduction is $76,700. So out of $60,000, only $13,300 is taxable. So that's a game changer, right? So let's talk another example. Say a single senior age 70 have an income of $80,000. So the standard deduction for that is $15,750. So with the age add-on, that $2,000, and then the senior deduction at $6,000, but part will phase out, right? So they will keep about $5,700. So the total deduction is about $23,450. It's still a big cut compared to before. Let's look at the third example. Say a high income couple, so $280,000 income together. So they over the cutoff. The senior deduction is gone. They still get the regular deduction, so no extra boost on this case. Another technical note that if you are in the alternative minimum tax, it's not common, but it happens. The deduction get added back. For most retirees, it's not an issue, but for high earners, it could cancel out the benefit. So remember, these are examples. Everyone mix of Social Security, pension, and investment is different. So don't just copy the number. You want to check your own return or run it through a tax software. This isn't just about a 1-year tax cut. This is a planning tool, right? Because you got a few years to take advantage of it. You got about 4 years between 25 to 2028 to take advantage of these before it's sunset. So here, how to think about it. Use the cushion to do Roth conversion with little or no tax. Keep more of your Social Security tax-free by lowering your AGI. Stack it with medical deductions if you itemize. And starting in 2026, you can add the new charitable deduction up to $1,000 per single, $2,000 on joint on top. So that layering tax break, and that's where the big wins happen. And by the way, that charitable deduction for non-itemizer, remember we got a whole video coming on that, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Now the senior deduction is the headline, but the law actually has a bunch of pieces that matter if you retire. So no tax on tip up to 25 grand. Now most retirees are in waiting tables, but what about grandkids or family members? If you help them with taxes, that matter. No tax on overtime again, so this could be relevant for semi-retired folks that's still working part-time. And then remember the car loan interest deduction, you get up to 10K if you buy a new car made in the US between 2025 and 2028. If you have been eyeing that retirement road trip vehicle, this one worth looking up. Remember, we have the bigger child tax credit and dependent credit. Maybe it's not for you, but definitely for your kids or grandkids whom you might be supporting. So the point is, this bill is packed with stuff beyond the senior deduction, and we are going to be covering those one by one. And here a thought: even if you are retired, you have probably got kids or grandkids who worked. Some of the other provisions like no tax on tips or overtime could help them. So share the updates with family. You will look like a tax pro at dinner table. Here are some simple ways to plan around the senior deduction. If you are 65 now, try to delay big IRA withdrawal until you are 65. So if you're 64, you might want to delay the big withdrawal, right? And then if one spouse qualifies, so don't wait, you can take 6 grand right away. Don't file marriage separately unless you absolutely have to, or you will lose the deduction. So you want to think 4 years at a time, not just one. You want to spread out withdrawals, Roth conversion, and charitable giving across 25 to 28 to maximize the benefit. Speaking of Roth conversion, that's a whole strategy by itself. We got a deep dive coming on how to combine Roth conversion with the senior deduction to move money tax-free. So again, hit subscribe. All right, let's bring this home. If you are 65 or older, the government just gave you a new 6 grand deduction that total up to 12 grand for couples. It's good for 4 years between 25 to 28, and it's on top of everything else. So it's simple, and for many folks, it's wiped out their tax bill completely. So this is your window to plan. Use it for Roth conversion. Use it to keep Social Security tax-free. Stack it with medical and charitable deductions, and don't wait, because 2029 could look very different. If you found this helpful, give a video a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with a friend or a family member who's turning 65, and stick around in the next video. We will be breaking down the new charitable deduction and how to combine it with the senior break. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next big beautiful tax bill update. Bye!